Welcome to today's deep dive, where we are taking a look at a pretty wild spec sheet with you. I mean, if you've ever fumbled behind a TV to plug in an HDMI cable, you know they're usually, what, like 3 to 6 feet long?
Yeah, usually just long enough to reach the console on the shelf.
Right. Well, today we're looking at one that is 700 feet long. That's longer than 2 football fields, just to connect a screen. It's the Celerity UFO-CABLE-700P.
It is a highly specific piece of tech, but, our mission today is to unpack exactly why you'd need a cable that incredibly long.
And how fiber optics basically solve these massive data bottlenecks we see in modern AV setups. Because pushing 18 gigabits per second of 4K video data through a standard copper cable over 700 feet, it's like trying to shout a complex password across a windy canyon.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Right. By the time the sound reaches the other side, the signal degrades and, well, the wind just scrambles everything.
And in this case, that canyon wind is just pure EMI, electromagnetic interference. With copper, once you pass about 25 feet at those 18 gigabit bandwidths, signal integrity basically just falls off a cliff.
Wow. Just 25 feet.
Yeah, electrical resistance and interference simply destroy the data packets. So to get across the canyon, you have to bypass the electrical interference entirely, which, means moving to fiber optics.
But looking at the specs here, this isn't just some passive string of glass. It's an active optical cable. It actually draws 5 volts of power directly from the HDMI port to operate.
Right, because you're literally powering microscopic lasers inside the connector head.
Wait, really? Microlasers.
Exactly. The cable takes the electrical HDMI signal from your source, translates it into light pulses, fires them 700 feet down the fiber, and then a sensor on the TV end translates them back. Since the data travels as light, you get 0 signal loss and, well, complete immunity to EMI.
Okay, so that explains the tech, but I have to ask about the name, the UFO part. Are we dealing with alien tech here?
Not quite. It actually stands for Universal Fiber Optic. And that universal feature actually solves a huge physical installation problem. The connectors themselves detach from the cable.
Oh, that makes sense. Because pulling a massive HDMI head through a tight, like 1-inch wall conduit is nearly impossible.
It is impossible, but if you pop the head off, you're just snaking the bare fiber. It's brilliant engineering. You run the slim fiber line through your walls or ceilings, and then clip the HDMI connectors back on at the ends.
That's clever. And I see here the routing inside the Celerity cable is completely bidirectional.
Which is huge.
Oh, absolutely crucial. I mean, imagine pulling 700 feet of cable through a building only to realize you installed it backward.
Yeah, with standard directional active cables, that's a very costly mistake. Here, the transmit and receive routing is handled seamlessly regardless of which end connects to the screen.
Okay, but I do have to push back a bit on the cost. Looking at the pricing on this sheet, it's on sale for $674, marked down from an MSRP of over $1,000.
It's an investment, for sure.
Yeah, even the microlasers, paying that much for what is essentially a long string feels, I don't know, a bit steep.
Well, you're paying for extreme ruggedness alongside those optics. This specific line boasts a 60-pound pull strength and a tight 5mm bend radius.
Meaning it won't break if you tug it too hard.
Right, you can yank it through rigid 90-degree conduit turns without snapping the internal glass. And they've engineered serious fail-safes, too. If your source is too weak to provide that 5 volts, there's a hardwired USB backup to draw external power.
Oh, and there's a little blue LED on the connector to confirm it's actually working.
Exactly, to show the handshake is active.
I suppose if you're wiring a whole stadium or a massive custom home, those fail-safes are worth the premium. Though the price definitely caught some buyers off guard.
How so?
Well, I was reading the customer reviews on the site, and one user was thrilled with the fast shipping, while another complained that just trying to buy this cable triggered a fraud alert on their credit card.
Oh, wow, that's hilarious. But, it makes you realize that our seemingly wireless, seamless digital lives are still entirely dependent on some heavy-duty physical engineering hiding right behind your drywall.
Right. You don't see the lasers in the glass, but without them, the whole system bottlenecks.
Absolutely. It's the hidden backbone of modern AV.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So to leave you with a final thought today, as data demands continue to skyrocket for 8K and whatever comes next, will the physical fiber optic cables we are embedding in our walls today eventually outlast the rapidly changing screens and devices they connect to? We might just be laying the final tracks across that canyon.